It's Wednesday. That means it's time for Wednesday Night Dynamite. It looks like we're starting out with MJF and Takeshita.
It's Takeshita. For people who want to say it correctly. Anyways, hey everybody, how's it going? How's your Wednesday today? It looks like we do have some people in chat. Sorry for the late start. I got
She was playing this Hogwarts game.
I got sucked into a video game and I couldn't leave. It was terrifying. Let's not have that as your picture. They're like, oh, are your legs up against the ropes? They're like, here, let's do a pen-in on MJF's, what's that part between your ball sack?
Or some shit.
Your ball sack and your butthole. What's that?
I don't know.
What's that part?
The pleasure department.
Ew! Gross. What is that part called?
Oh my god.
I want to know.
Banned from YouTube today. The ripe old age of 3.
Whatever. Said way worse than that.
Not decent.
We are an adult type of station, people.
The Japanese phenomenon.
Well, better say hi to all the people in the chat. Hey, everybody. Sophie's in the chat. Excuse me, sorry. Oh, Greg John's in the chat. Walter is with us.
Hey, I know how to spell his name.
Who?
Take a shit.
Yes.
Literally spelled just like it sounds.
Piccola's in the chat. Hey, Piccola. We have Ravi and Daz with us as well.
Hello.
Looks like we have Bryce with us too. Ayla is in the chat. That looks like that's everybody. Greg has said hi. Sophie says happy birthday, D. Thanks. WWE announced SummerSlam on August 5th in Detroit. I take it that's probably not a good thing, whatever that is.
Yeah. I don't know how he's getting to it.
I don't know what's happening.
Next, let's get out of the garbage.
Anyways,
Nope.
people in the chat saying hi, happy birthday to me.
All right.
Thanks for all the happy birthday wishes, Walter,
Takeshita.
Ayla,
Not as fun to say.
Sophie.
Got him in an armbar, rolls him through. MJF's not letting go.
Stop that.
So MJF, they're trying to make look like a good champion, but having him already in a match this long is just silly. Rolls him through.
Mouthing a cauliflower.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Bag to death. He's like that. Look, it's got slobber all over it. Like, dude, yuck. Anyways, we have Justin Martinez with us.
Justin. So MJF is supposed to be their guy, right? Their flagship.
Right.
How long do you think this guy would last with Roman? That's the flagship in WWE.
Not very long.
Exactly. So what the fuck are they doing? Trying to build up somebody else at the cost of your guy?
I guess.
You don't build up somebody else at the cost
It's weird.
of your guy, right? Like, I could see if it was somebody else.
Yeah. Walter's in the chat saying, hey, Walter. So he says, so it looks like right now we're going to have a big break between pay-per-views after Mania. Walter says, Daphne, good news. He won bingo. Fantastic. Congratulations, Walter, for winning bingo.
How big of a break? Or are you just guessing? Did you see SummerSlam is coming out on the 5th, August 5th? It's going to be in Detroit, Michigan.
Yeah, how big of a break between Mania and whatever the next pay-per-view is?
Are they going to go all the way to July? July 1st? That'd be cool. I'd be okay.
April, May, June. April, and then take May and June off?
Well, April's 1st and 2nd, too, so it'd be all of April.
Right.
May, June.
Wow. Walter told me happy birthday. Thanks, Walter. So I was like, what a great birthday present for D by having to watch wrestling. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So he says, how was the Hogwarts Legacy launch party? You know, I don't know why they would call it any kind of thing as a party. It literally was me going there, standing in line for 3 seconds, getting the game, and leaving.
Yeah, and they gave us a free license plate, too. That says Hogwarts.
It was very strange. I don't know. Anyway, so he says, am I the only one that's seeing black? Walter says MJF will lose. Pico says, going to lurk for now. I'll be in chat shortly. Robbie says, I heard it's someone's birthday, but I wonder whose that could be. Walter says, at 9:20, I'm going. My time, I'll be here Friday, though. Daz says, yo, Ravi, yo, Greg at John. Sophie says, what is going on with the stream? And Ravi says, yo, Daz, decent first match.
Is it not working?
Bryce says, let's get it. That was earlier, like at 6:05, like right on the dot. So then we came in. Anyways, Bryce says, let's get it. I am here. Daz says, Ravi, no Jamie tomorrow. Ayla says, hey. Robbie says Dad's not sure. Ayla's like, happy birthday. Thanks, Ayla. Film says, hello, Miss D and Travis. Big hugs, big heart. Hey, Film. Hope you had a good beginning of your week. And we're just on the downhill side of it if you work a normal work week. Piccola told me happy B-Day, Miss D. Thanks, Piccola. Dad says he said he's not on Robbie. Piccola said it's the gooch technically. Oh, is that what that part's called? Robbie says it is Ayla's birthday. It was like, nope, Robbie, pay attention more. Piccola says, I had a friend in Alabama live a couple of blocks near Gooch Lane.
Nice.
I think it's the Taint. That's what it's called.
Taint.
The Taint. It came to my brain. Ayla said it, Taint. There it is. Ayla got it. I was like, D, it's a good thing kids ain't watching. Sophie says, why are you guys showing up late? Dad says, do you think we get triple tag match main event?
No. No. I feel like there's better matches to be had. I'll go look real quick. I took a screenshot of all the matches. Forgot how to do screenshot. All right. So we got the All Elite versus Top Flight and AR Fox. The Acclaimed and the Guns. That's a big
They'll
one.
go outside with MJF.
Jamie Hunter and the Bunny could be possibly. Oh, you got that gauntlet match. The Garcia Guevara gauntlet match. This one's the MJF Takeshita match. And then you had, we have Rush and Daniel Bryan. Roosh and Daniel Bryan still. That'll be a long match.
Oh, goody gumdrops for me.
Goody gumdrops.
What a horrible thing to have on my birthday. Thank you so much, AEW,
He's
for making it the
every
worst
single
ever.
week because he's on his way to that World Championship.
Said that. Ayla says, Sophie, what really is late. Harley is in the chat. Hey, Harley,
Harley.
good to see you tonight. Says happy birthday to you. Thank you so much. Appreciate that, guys. Joseph Martinez in our chat says, hi, guys. Sorry for being late. Did I miss anything? No, Justin,
No.
we're sorry for being late.
We're
And you
pretty
haven't
late
missed
ourselves.
anything. The first match of the night is the MJF versus Takeshita match.
And
that
that's
is
where
still
we're at
happening right now. Sophie says, why you think having a pay-per-view in Detroit a bad thing? Yeah, hello. It's Detroit.
Right.
Robbie's like, happy
As bad
birthday,
as
D.
Oakland.
Big up. Yes. Thanks, Robbie. Harley says, hope you had a wonderful birthday, D. You know what? It's still going on. I will party hardy until midnight. And actually, I'm just going to call this whole week my birthday.
Just a week.
I'm just going to take a week and half a week of birthday time. The next 2 days are birthday time. Birthday time. Because Saturday and Sunday is like UFC pay-per-view and then the Super Bowl. So I can't really do anything for that. That's specifically for me, right? Robbie says, did Travis get you a cake, D? No.
No.
He didn't get me a cake.
She did not.
He didn't make me a cake. He didn't
Allow
get me a
it.
cake.
I will make you a box cake right when we get off the air.
Sure
Done.
you will. How are you going to make me a cake? You'll be like, how do I do this? And how do I
You
do
don't
that?
have to ask
How
that.
do I do-
It's
you
on the
will
fucking
too.
instructions.
Is it? Is it on those instructions? Because I don't follow the box instructions
do.
for them. I do different stuff so
Well,
they taste better.
Oh, it's weird that you do different than what the box says.
Yeah, because then they taste better.
Okay.
Everybody knows that box cakes are gross.
If you want to make your own, then do it. I'm just saying I will copy what the box says.
Brandon says, happy
Did he
birthday,
tear his
lady.
knee?
Thanks, Brandon. Ayla, did you hear about the shooting? What the fuck? What shooting?
beep, beep.
Sophie's like, after April 2nd, we got money in the bank in July. Oh. Just money in the bank in July? There's
That's
nothing in
it. So
between
there's
so
you
far?
don't think there's going to be anything for 3 months? I mean,
think they're
I
gonna
would be
put something.
ecstatic.
Oh, I would be ecstatic
But I feel
too,
like
but they'll
they're
put
going to do something.
one or two
in there.
others. They'll have to.
There'll be at least one pay-per-view. The AEW one will be in that time because it's
Oh.
that Memorial Day.
Well, we're
weekend.
talking about WWE.
I know, but
stuff,
I'm just saying that there'll be at least one.
Ayla says, I got you a gift, just haven't had a chance to get over there.
Did
yeah,
you see
'cause
him
live
scoot
right
over
down-
to the ropes when he got kneed?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Ayla's like, no, what's shooting? Pico's like, my presence here is my gift to you. You're welcome. Thank you, Picola. You know
Who's
what?
shooting people?
It made my night. I appreciate that.
Can we use the
Brandon
word shooting?
says there was a shooting in my apartment complex off of Yellowstone. The pew-pews.
Like
Damn.
tonight?
Dad says, wins String's last match. Ayla's like, what side of Yellowstone? Brandon's like, by Smith's. Ayla's like, I'm kind of by Fred. Dad says, happy birthday. Ayla says, oh no, did someone get unalive? Brandon says, Ayla, I seen you it on Facebook. Piccolo says, Ayla, we've said worse. Taint, taint, taint. Somebody says, how'd you like the Raw main event with the Lita surprise return?
It was all right. I did watch that. Or I watched that very, very last part of it.
Robbie says, will anyone use the coochie clutch tonight? Probably.
The coochie clutch. I didn't see him in here.
Brandon message retracted is like, dang, they have
No.
SWAT over there. Brandon's like, yep, haha, I missed it though. I'm at work. Brandon, that's probably a good thing that you're at work. That means you can't get unalived or hurt yourself. Sophie says that Lita return is rumored to set up a 6-woman team match for Elimination Chamber with Trish Stratus.
What's happened to the people in our town? Our town's becoming like a big town. Murder.
That happens a lot.
Murder.
That's why the...
There it is.
To,
Takeshita taps out. 16-minute match.
you tapped it. Wow, that's weird. I wonder how that happened. It's crazy.
Tapping out.
Tapped it.
Tap that ass out.
He tapped it real good. Robbie's
All right, we got
message
one match
retracted.
down.
Ayla says, I wasn't sure, Fat Lisa. I can't fat. I have to say fat. I can't say...
F-A-T. You have to say P-H-A-T.
It's fat. F-A-T is right there. I can't say, and then there's asterisk fat. Harley says, I think I might be getting SummerSlam tickets since it is in my state
Oh, wow.
and city
MJF
of
just
Michigan.
pushed down the referee by his
Detroit.
face.
Ooh, he hurt that referee.
Oh, he's got the ring on. Bam.
Get him with your leg, with your ring of doom. This sucks. Robbie says, D, did you get anything nice for your birthday day?
She's got a hair towel. Money.
Yeah, I got a little resin container.
She got some badass stuff, but it's not coming till tomorrow.
Travis got me something I wanted. He got me some of these microfiber hair towels that I wanted.
Oh.
So I don't have to put a big old towel around my head to dry my hair. Thought that was nice. But I asked for those, so. I got a card,
came out and
a
saved
little bit of
him.
money, a little resin container
Yeah, for your dope.
for my dope.
Because
Robbie
they're
says,
all stars of the dope show.
right? Sophie says some people celebrate their birthday the entire month.
What the
Well, we ain't going to be that crazy. Ayla says, I just got home from work clear past Old Town, so clear across town.
Yeah, it's probably a change now.
It's approximately about a 10 to 12 minute drive, Ayla. Just saying.
It might
'Cause
not be
I
so
rem-
bad for her if she came that way and then...
She would come
Yeah.
the same way I did from my job down in that area.
Right, but it'd go over Gould and then come down Garrett. And then turn there on her street.
Right.
And then just go straight down it through the light on pole line. And I mean, that's just an option.
Yeah.
So you could either that or go down to the other McKinley or whatever.
You'd want to go over that overpass and then get on the business loop, whatever that is. And then,
Garrett,
yeah. And then do your turn.
just
like there,
onto the road. Yeah.
onto pole line there.
Oh,
Okay.
that one?
That would be way faster.
Yeah, instead of just going down a little further, huh?
Yeah, because you would just
Because
hit
it's
the
the
light.
same way.
Yeah.
You'd have to come back. Yeah.
Because you would want to, you'd turn before you
Ooh, you
hit
could
the
turn
light
at that
at that
bank.
Alameda.
That would even be faster. Auto image. Turn there and take that road, and then you just go right to the front door. Or close enough to it.
Maybe.
We got it all figured out for you, Ayla.
Go this way, go that way, do it all. Pickle's like, I don't know. Robbie's like, Ayla teaching the kids how to have a potty mouth. Ayla says, I do completely different than box instructions too. Do you want me to make you a cake?
Yes,
You
it has to
got-
be done.
You got fucking time to make me a cake tonight? Get on it, bitch.
You got
I want a
3 hours.
I want a very moist chocolate cake.
Why triple moist? Hey, it's the Bunny and Hater show. Hey,
With, like,
Penelope.
With like cherry pie filling. It was a type of cake my mom always made, but you can't make me your one type of frostings. I don't like them. It has to be cream cheese frosting. So
Penelope Ford is just on another
I'm pretty sure
level.
you really don't want to make me a cake. That's just too much. The World
bunny.
Championship Eliminator match with their weird makeup faces.
I don't mind the bunny's makeup, but Penelope's looks silly.
Sophie says they haven't announced anything for May or June in the WWE yet.
No,
Dad
but they
says
did
we are
announce
getting WrestleMania
SummerSlam.
Backlash, I heard as well. Oh, are we going to get WrestleMania Backlash?
Oh, yeah.
That's what Dad says. We're going to get it.
Yeah, and so it'd be, what, June then?
May or June.
May, probably. Yeah, they'll do that one as close to Mania as they can get.
So April, probably May, and then you might not have one in June, maybe, because you're going to have the one in July, like the very beginning of July.
And then the beginning of August.
Let's see. Sophie says, I meant they WWE haven't fully announced the pay-per-view date for May or June. Robbie says, Brian Danielson should be on Dark. Walter says MJF won. Boo. Oh, Walter, he's going to win. He's supposed to be the winner. Sophie's like, Ayla isn't fat. Walter's like, hey, Ayla. Ayla's like, fat followed by Lisa. I tried, and clearly it didn't show up. YouTube thinks I'm calling Lisa names. I'm a house cow, Sophie. Walter says Brian Danielson for the save. Sophie says, how are you liking that Hogwarts game? Have you started playing it? I started playing it on Tuesday night when we got it. Like, basically, it takes you probably about a half an hour to 2 hours to start the whole thing.
Oh, it's something else. Each section is like 2 hours of your life. Each little place, and you've got so many sections, and who knows how many more are left. Mm-hmm. I'm a little bit further than she is, and
He played it all day yesterday.
the day before yesterday, wasn't it?
No, it was just yesterday, Tuesday.
Oh,
Yeah, because I went and got up Monday night, and
feels
so
like
you
it was
played
a
it.
decade ago.
I know, it was yesterday, though. You played it. And I didn't play it last night.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So I'm a little bit further, but not a lot. After you beat that, where you're at, there's like this little scene, and then you have to leave, and then once you leave, it's night, and then you go to sleep.
No.
And they put you in bed, and then you wake up.
No.
And
That's
you're
rude.
like, well, I'm awake. Like,
Well-
you don't get a walk back. There's nothing cool like that.
Well, you can't. You're fighting a troll.
No, after that. Like,
Or whatever
after you're
he
done
is.
and you go home.
Oh.
You don't get to go home. It just, you are waking up.
Well, that makes sense. Anyways, we are having a match right
Yeah,
now.
it's just Jamie Hayter, though. It's Jamie Hayter and the bunny.
Yeah, the bunny against Jamie Hayter. She's slobbering all over her own biceps. Weirdo.
I think I might be the least fan of her ever. I mean, but I never was a fan of hers. It's weird to me that she's champion. That's kind of like, to me, that's the equivalent of putting the title on Dana Brooke. Mm-hmm. And then having people like just like it.
Right. Ayla says 10 to 12 minutes. Our town is huge. I'm afraid to drive in hills. You know, Ayla, it's not a matter of the town being big. It's the fact that we have so much more traffic now that it takes longer. It's not because it's big. That drive from downtown to here would have usually taken like 5 minutes, maybe 7 max. But now there's so much traffic and so many people now that it takes you at least 10 to 12.
So the weird thing to me is there's not that many more people than there was 20 years ago. So why is there more cars?
There are. You just haven't really been out in it.
No, I'm talking about the numbers haven't changed.
Doesn't matter. That doesn't
Well, that's
mean
what it is.
anything.
That's
They did that census before a whole bunch of people moved into the area. So how does that even help? I bet you those people were still censused in wherever they came from. California, most of them. Sickos. Go back there.
Hey, look.
Yeah.
There's a commercial for Hogwarts. I need to figure out how to put in the codes for all the extra stuff that came with the game.
I think
Probably
you just
should
put it
Google
in
it.
through the store.
Oh, you have to go to Hogwarts store?
No, like the PlayStation store.
Why would I put it in through the store when I have the game? I don't have it on the store.
Because they're codes that you would just put on there so that it goes with it.
Okay. Well, like I said, we can figure it out. I'm sure it's not hard. It's always easy on McKenna stuff, all her
Exactly.
games.
Pico says, so MJF is all solo for now. No firm, no lackey, gun club, no random Sean Spears. Not so far, Piccola.
Who
He's
was
been...
he talking to last week? Wasn't he talking to somebody last
Yeah,
week?
but he, like, pays him to go out there and beat up Daniel Bryanson and have matches with
Who
him.
was it last week?
The Mexican guy.
Roche?
Rush.
Rouge.
Roosh.
That's who he's wrestling
That's who
tonight.
he's wrestling.
That's who
He's
tonight.
wrestling tonight.
He's rushing him tonight.
Sophie says, I would buy bakery stuff so the bakery could bake the cake or whatever for you. Yeah, Sophie, I thought about getting a cake from Costco. They do have that chocolate cake there, which is pretty good.
Oh, the tube one?
They have like a tiered one, and then they have that tuxedo cake I always get. But I was like, do I really want to get that? I didn't know if I really wanted it or
It
not.
sits in the fridge for a couple weeks and then goes bad.
I try to eat as much of it as I can.
I know, but it's so rich that you can only have a sliver at a time.
Yeah. Like, I can't eat it I can't eat a lot.
When I was eating that stuff, I wonder if I could have ate a piece.
I don't think you could have. I mean, maybe you would have. I mean, you could eat cheesecake pretty good, but I just don't know. I don't think you could eat it as much as you think you can.
Time for a Dunkin' run. You ever been to Dunkin'? I've never been there.
No, because there's nowhere around. There isn't one close enough. This freaking guy's in the chat, though. Hey, this freaking guy says the cake is frosted, but the donut has sprinkles. Nice. Ayla's like, ermine frosting? You don't like it? I thought it was mellow. It still has like a weird like aftertaste texture to it, so I'm not a huge fan. Chris says, hey guys. Hey Chris, how's it going? And Piccola says, yep, Bunny is not bad on the eyes. Walter says Jamie for the win over Bunny. Sophie says they also don't have a pay-per-view schedule for September. Ayla says donuts are glazed with a type of frosting. That's how sprinkles stick. Yes. Chris says, looks like a smaller venue tonight. Film says, what time is it? Looks like it's lady part time. Ayla's message retracted. Film's like, Piccola, what time is it? Sophie said, if you want a 100% a game, it could take hours. True that. Piccola's like, wait, is this game going to be streamed at all in the future? Piccola?
No idea.
Probably. I mean, we probably should.
I mean, it should already be.
We should probably already be streaming it.
I got banned on TikTok for fucking like 8 months.
No, you didn't.
Okay, what month is that?
Okay, no, I meant like it was only going to be until like next week.
Yeah.
So how did it change?
Yeah, it says 9/2.
But that one thing told you it was February 13th.
Yeah, I screenshotted them, but there's no human you can talk to. When I tried to talk to a human, they just sent me a thing back.
Well, it looks like Bunny lost, of course, which we figured she would against Jamie Hager.
Bunny just got pinned.
They haven't quite wanted to put her in as a, champion or anything. I don't think they'll ever will. I have to wonder if they ever would put her as a champion.
No, because there's too much other stuff. There's your next champion probably right there. When they split those two up.
Britt Baker again?
Yeah. Either that or Britt leaves.
That's
but at some point they got to put it back on Britt.
Sophie says, I started playing Gotham Knights. It is an interesting game so far. Interesting. Piccolo says, I'm a fan of the cake donuts, specifically blueberry ones. I like cake donuts, kind of. I like the old-fashioned donuts a little bit better, Piccolo. Ayla's like, I like chocolate cake donuts. Film's like, it's Harper time. I love the Bunny and Jimmy haters. Ayla says, driving around 4 to 6 p.m. is awful. It is. Haley Deegan in the chat. Hey, Haley, good to see you. Says, I'm streaming live. Okay. Piccolo says, Ruke Shaggy. Vindicator says, hey, Ayla. Hey, Travis. Hey, lady who sometimes reads the chat. Yeah, just sometimes.
There's Paige and
old Tony. Piccolo says, that sounds nom nom. What is it? What sounds nom nom? What, Piccolo?
I forgot she says baby girl. Look how adorable she is. She have a blue bra on too, or a black one?
I think she just has like some kind of like.
Oh! Hit her in the kidney. Oh, it's like a black thing underneath.
Yeah, it's a onesie thing or whatever.
Spray painter. What are you doing? She just rolls over for the L for loser.
Okay, you need to stop saying that because that's fucking annoying as fuck.
Over and over?
Yeah, over and over. If you have a word, and I get it, we all do. Everybody in their whole entire lives has that.
Yeah, mine's dude.
Like, whatever it is. I know I probably have one as well that is probably as annoying as fuck. But that is fucking annoying. Calling everybody baby. Would she call dudes that too? Hey, baby girl. 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 I would fucking slap her in the face. I would literally pop her in the fucking mouth.
Yeah, that's bullying.
And then punch her in the fucking titty.
And you can't.
Yeah.
Punch her titty?
I'm going to punch her in the fucking titty.
That sounds bullying.
Anyways, Pickle is talking about something that sounds nom-nom. I want to know what it was that we were talking about that was so good. Anyway, Sophie says no with codes in video games. Sometimes it is in the PlayStation Store, and sometimes it takes a while for it to activate it. Yeah, that's what I figured. It was probably going to be in the PlayStation stores where you added your codes to get your... all the codes that you add are, like, stuff that comes with your games, right? Like, free things or... Right. What are those things? Digital download... Whatever that you guys have called them.
Extra content.
Yeah, extra content stuff.
The thing is it doesn't matter this second anyways, because we can't write a Thestral, we can't do dark art stuff. Like, you have to get to the point where you can even use that stuff.
Yeah, anyway. But you still want to put it all in there so
agree.
It's available. Piccolo says, I'll take a pic of the king cake we bought earlier this week if you're curious. I am, Piccolo. Send me a pic of your king cake. I've seen a couple of them on TikToks and stuff like that. I know that they have, like, a little baby in them, and something... happens if you like cut the piece of cake and get the baby, like something happens to you for the year or something. It's a whole thing for Mardi Gras.
I remember something about that.
It's a Mardi Gras thing.
I think it was him telling us last year.
Might have been. Pickle might have been telling us about it last year.
Yeah, I think he told us about that last year, but we
probably
didn't
did.
Pay attention enough, obviously.
Vindicator says, so Jamie fans call themselves haters, right? Are you a hater, Travis?
No.
Ayla says, ermine frosting, also called boiled milk frosting. Sophie says, whenever I have a code for a video game, sometimes it is hard to find where to put the code. Philip says, come on, the ladies, keep it clean, fight. Ayla says, I made a chocolate cream cheese frosting. That was good. The chocolate masked the cream cheese flavor. Usually it does if you add enough of it. Or if you add enough butter. But I like the cream cheese flavor because I like cream cheese. I know you don't, but I love it.
McKenna doesn't like it either.
I know. Film says, Piccolo, what I say, what time is it? I mean, it's armpit time. Sophie says, I bet a lot of YouTubers already have like an entire playthrough of the Hogwarts game already. There's a lot of people that probably do. I wouldn't be surprised
if somebody has played it through, but I don't know how many hours it is. It's got to be in the 20s, though.
At least. Or more. Piccolo says that was a weird both at the end. Do you think Bunny got concussed? Or what?
Yeah, she looked like she got hurt.
Yeah, she looked like her face was hurt, so I hope that she's okay. Sophie says, I like the white powdered donuts. Do you like the ones that are filled with raspberry jelly?
Oh, Jesus. I'd eat 30
I'm not
of them.
I like but don't like those at the same time. I like them because they're delicious because they have jelly in them. I don't like them because they're extremely messy. My favorite are Bismarcks. Oh, I love those fucking things. Donut, chocolate frosting, stuffed with pudding.
Pretty much any donut with something in it, I would eat 10 of them.
Pudding.
But the pudding one was the best.
Yeah.
But then there was some that had like...
Did you like the maple ones that were that way? So instead of having chocolate frosting, I had maple frosting. Yeah. Did you like the maple frosting ones better? Because I know you're not that big of a chocolate fan.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of people do. I'm not a big fan of maple donuts. I don't like them.
Well, pretty much any donut's good because it's just sugar. But
you know what? They make me feel gross. They make me feel sick. Like pancakes. They make me feel almost the same way. Those kind. Right. If I get those old-fashioned ones that I get like that, don't do that. But
yeah, I'm just saying any donut. Though,
but any donut from like the store, like those deep-fried donuts and stuff like that, they make me feel like I have a giant lead ball in my stomach.
I understand that.
So I'm not a big fan.
I get that way with meat.
Yeah.
Steak, red meat.
And pancakes are delicious. I love them. I like pancakes. They don't really like me too much, so I just don't.
I think I've found a new trick, though, with meat, the red meat.
Yeah?
Is chew the shit out of it until it's nothing.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't
seem
heavy in my stomach. Because usually I swallow, like I take 2 bites and swallow. And so I've got like a hunk of meat in my stomach.
Yeah. Vindicator's like, a Rebel will be a future champion, LOL, of catering. But I think Ruby will be the next champ, if not Saraya. Tony Storm's hair is absolute fire. So sexy. Finn, you're funny. Sophie says, I'm watching the disco episode of Psych. Chris says, on NXT, Jace Jane turned on Gigi Dolan. People are saying that they were trying to recreate Shawn Michaels turning on Marty Jannetty. Bailey did her Ding Dong talk show on NXT.
Yeah, I seen the highlights from it.
Ayla says Jordan just got home from work. He said, happy effing birthday, Talitha.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jordan. Philip says Jamie Hayter won. Let's go. Piccolo says, D draws the line. Bless your heart.
He looks like a dollar store Wolverine.
A little bit. Did I say something about drawing the line? Where did I draw the line?
With cake?
I don't know what I was drawing the line at. I drawed a line. Where did I drew the line at? Chris says also Tiffany Stratton looked sexy as usual. Piccolo says when Ayla said she enjoys choco cake donuts.
Do you find it weird that they broke them up in the minor leagues and so nobody really knows? So in the broad
Spectrum
aspect
of
of
stuff.
everything that's happened,
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like it's never going to be a thing.
Right.
Where if they would have just waited till they came up on the main roster, waited another year, then did that, now it's history.
True.
You know, that's all Mandy's fault. So, like, if you're upset by it even a little bit, it's because of Mandy. There's no one else you could even talk to about it.
I don't know. I think it's WWE's fault. Piccolo says when Ayla said she enjoys choco cake. Oh, that's what you were nom-nomming about. I bet. I'm not a big cake donut person. Sophie says good for Detroit. Did he just make a...
Oh, yeah, he just got a blowjob in his car.
Oh, man.
In his Camaro.
In his Camaro. Sophie
We've
says,
been hydroplaned.
good for Detroit and getting SummerSlam. I'm kind of surprised they announced it now instead of waiting a while. Ayla says, but here's the thing. Vindicator says, so that's Talitha's secret finishing move, the old dreaded titty punch. That's exactly right. Chris says Hogwarts Legacy will not come on the Nintendo Switch until July 25th because they have to port it over from PS5. It won't be on the older PlayStation and the older Xbox
Is this the
either.
song? It reminds me of this song. Where, oh, where has my baby be?
The Lord took her away from me.
She's got to heaven,
so I've got to be good.
So I can see
My baby when I leave this world.
We
There's
were
winners and
out
losers.
for a date in my daddy's car.
Justin
Yes, I
says,
know
when
every
do you
word.
think Randy Orton is going to come back? So also happy birthday. Thanks, Justin.
Justin, I think it's going to be a while.
Yeah, Randy Orton had a big back surgery, my friend, and
They showed a picture of him and his family just a few days ago, and he looked white and
gross.
thin and
Nasty.
yeah. So I don't know if he can even lift weights at this point. So we could look at years, and that's sad because he's one of my faves. Putting in a lot of work.
Right. Vindicator says, Dalitha, you are not related to Ric Flair, huh? Dirtiest player in the game and all that jazz. I'm not. Does he titty punch people? Harley says, would you take some triple chocolate brownies instead of a birthday cake right now? Those would probably be all right. Triple chocolate brownies.
Oh, they're doing that now.
I like chocolate spudnut cake donuts.
So
We
I
used to
think
make
we are
Spudnut
going to get
old-fashioned
that
donuts, too.
triple
I don't know
threat
if
or
they still make
that
them.
three-way on
with
three,
Spudnut
the
mix or
3-on-3
not.
tag team match
Is that what's happening
for
now?
the main event. No, this is the
Oh.
this is that gauntlet match.
Oh, thank God it's not What's His Face as the main event. Ugh, I could barf myself to death.
Daniel?
Yeah. Ugh.
This is the JAS.
Sophie says, have you noticed with video games that if you don't get everything in the game, then playing it is worthless? No plain white powdered donuts. Oh, you like just the plain ones? Like the Hostess donuts that you get in the little bag? Yep. Vindicator says, Ayla, how many booby punches have you done in your life? Even though I imagine you only been in one fight as a youngster.
Why does Matt Menard look like he's pregnant?
He looks like he might be a little...
What the fuck?
Maybe he's just... stands weird. Maybe he forgot to not eat meat. I don't know. Vindicator's like that. Ayla says, I never punched a boob. Daz says, I can't wait for the WWE game to come out on Xbox or AEW. Piccolo says that should be a segue for an Ayla brawling story. So he says, it does take a while for games to get ported from different systems. Ayla's like, I want to punch a Bob. What the hook are you ass punched? Vindicator message retracted. But Ayla says, Vin, I read that before you deleted it. What the fuck? And Vindicator's like, so I guess Ayla respects the boundaries of breast milk. Sophie's like, Hogwarts Legacy is a game I heard mixed reviews of. Ayla says, okay, that makes more sense. I guess I do. Okay, so there's one thing about the game that I don't like so far.
100%. I'm on it.
So in the game, when you're playing your character, and you can actively move your character around, they highlight your fucking character in blue. Like your character is highlighted.
Everything is black and white.
And everything else is black and white. So there's no other color, nothing else happening, nothing else until you're interacting with somebody, and then everything is like colored and normal, and then it's cool. So you can make your fucking character look like fucking anything, a skanky hoe off the streets. And you wouldn't even fucking know until you interacted with somebody to know what your character looked like in the game during all the stuff. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah, I don't like that. They need to fix that.
I don't know what that is, but I hate it. I hate it. It is like the worst thing. Why would they do that?
It makes the move like going from a movie to a video game where it could have been look like a movie.
I don't understand if you're it's fine to like do stuff to like make things glow or whatever, but if there's people you specifically have to interact with, just put a goddamn symbol over their head like they do in any other fucking role-playing game.
Or like a circle, like a hula hoop on the bottom, like
or
that glows
I don't care,
gold or
whatever. They could have done it way better, and I don't know why they did it the way they did, and it took them this long to make this fucking game, and that's what they came up with. Fuck.
Yeah,
it is
they're
annoying.
like, oh, you can interact and touch globes and stuff. They were showing it on that gameplay, remember? Mm-hmm. You can't see it.
Yeah.
It looks like a blocky, two-dimensional game.
Yeah, it's terrible.
So 114.
Ricky Starks.
For the first win.
He won.
Now he's going against Menard right now.
Yeah.
I'm just going to keep it going, so it doesn't matter.
Daddy Magic, maybe that's why he looks that way.
127.
It's because you're out of shape, Matt Menard. If you didn't look like a daddy, then you probably would have had a better time.
This is going to be a lot quicker a match than they thought. Oh, that's worthless. Ah. All right.
It's happening whether we like it or not.
My new thing with wrestlers is I have to sell each wrestler that I see. Not. Right. So I can't talk bad about them. Oh, a couple mind games by the JAS, the best group in AEW, maybe. Here comes Sammy Guevara. Which one is it going to be? Is it going to be Garcia or Guevara? They don't even know. Who?
Who's he going to start with?
Who?
I don't know, but if you say that one more time, I'm going to pop you in the mouth and then titty punch you. Ayla says, okay, that makes more sense. I guess I do. Vinegar says, yeah, I hate retracted messages. Dad says, do you think The Rock's daughter will be in the draft?
No.
Walter says, next Wednesday, my birthday, 7 more days. Yes, Walter. And then we get to say happy birthday to you. And hopefully you'll win. Bingo. And people's like, D, are we having a failure to communicate tonight or cut off? I guess, dude. Either that or I just need to get caught up so I'm not, like, behind in the conversations. People says it was Saraya and her baby girl antics earlier. Yes, that.
That'll ruin most people's day.
Punch her in the titty. Walter says, good AEW. Like it to give an A. Sophie says, I thought they would break up Toxic Attraction whenever they do get called up to the main roster. Chris says, MJF gay as fuck for doing the sign. Walter says, Bailey is in a sling hurt left arm. Lies. Sophie says they are still making games for the PS4, though. That's because they don't have any that they make specifically for the PS5. So technically, every game that they make is for the PS4. They just happen to put PS5 as the labeling on them.
Yeah, and then they can play at a faster refresh rate.
Yeah,
that's
literally it. That's the only difference. And it's sad. After how many years of having the PS5 out, they still haven't made any games that are specifically for it. Ayla says, just so you know, I'm singing along. Oh, when we were singing. Yeah. As people was like, oh, geez, Pearl Jam duet. Oh, no, dude. I'm not doing the Pearl Jam duet. It's the old school one that Pearl Jam redid it with.
They did remaster it, but I do like the Pearl Jam version.
Yeah.
It's
I like
one
the
of my
original
very, very
better.
favorites.
The one
I like
from the
both
50s.
of them. I'm just saying that I like them.
Sophie's like, when do you see Matt Riddle come back?
Riddle me this, riddle me that. Who's afraid of the big black bat?
Riddle me this. I do drugs. I had to go to rehab. Who knows? He was only supposed to go to rehab for 30 days. Supposedly, he probably could be coming back, but he probably has to piss clean for a while.
The thing is if they bring him back now, they have to figure out how to wedge him into a WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And there's other people that aren't going to have matches, right? Like all the people that lose the gauntlet match.
And in all reality, he should be punished for doing what he did. And the fact that he should be kept off TV for quite a while. Maybe he might do some house shows and stuff like that to get kind of back into things. But I don't think he deserves to be on TV quite yet.
Anyways, so I would assume that he'll be back just before Mania or just right after Mania. Depends on if they have something or if there's an emergency. Like if one of their top guys go down that was in a match, they might have to replace him.
Yeah. Walter says, don't sing copyright, maybe, LOL.
Yeah.
Sophie says about Oreo cookies. What about Oreo cookies? They're vegan food. I know that much. Chris says, "Hello, Daddy Magic." Walter's like, Ricky Starks for the win. Sophie says, with certain games, if you don't get everything, you didn't 100% complete it. Bryce says that was some good promoting from MJF. Walter says, any news on Jerry Lawler? He had a stroke. I'm praying for him.
He had a stroke. I think it was Monday.
Fuck. Chris says the castle itself is everything you could have imagined and more. Is it?
The castle's pretty cool. Too bad you can't see it when you're able to walk around in it because it's all blocky and black and white.
Yeah. P-Call says, who makes HP Legacy?
Venmo. It's Warner Brothers, but the name of
Portkey Games is part of the people who helped make it, and then
the one that pops up starts with a V, I think.
they're a main video maker.
But it's Warner Brothers is the company that owns it.
Yeah. Avalanche Software is the other one that helped build it. They're huge. They do a lot of RPG games and stuff like that. They're a huge gaming company. Sophie says that is what every open world video game does. Ayla says, I've been playing Skyrim and Fallout for 4 years. For years, like 10 years. It's still not 100% finished, the main storyline. 100% though. Film says, Piccola, are you having a great Wednesday today?
Rolls him up.
Hassan's in the chat. Hey, Hassan says, I said hi there. Hello, Hassan. I didn't see you say hello there earlier. Walter says, Daphne, you're right. Relax. Enjoy wrestling party time. Good luck, Ricky. No breaks in wrestling. Film says, here goes Ricky. Justin says, if Roman Reigns offered you $3.2 million, would you become his wife? No, because he has one. He's very happy with her, and they have like 20 kids already. So there's that.
Did you see Solo's wife? And his wife is beautiful, by the way.
Aww.
And he's got 2 kids with her.
Oh, that's cute.
I'm like,
So the only riffraff are his cousins, the Usos, who are married but have no children. One of them I don't think is married. One of them is married to what's-her-face, and they haven't popped out any kids, which is pretty pathetic.
Right.
Put a baby in her already, for God's sakes. Take her out of the circuit of wrestling.
Save us all.
Make her go home and make sandwiches. Boom says, yes, I did watch NXT, and yes, I'm very sad that Toxic Trash and Gigi and JC are no longer together. Piccolo says, kind of tired. Film been running around all day. Film says, Piccolo, no, I'm so sorry. Running around is very tiring. I can agree on that. Walter's like, Ricky, come on! Come on, Ricky!
Get him, Ricky!
Piccolo's like, yeah, I might leave early and go to bed. Yeah, it is a Wednesday night. You probably got stuff to do tomorrow. Bryce says, hold up, my ears didn't deceive me. Are you saying Gigi Dolan and JC Jane are no longer a tag team anymore?
They're gone. They're done.
They broke them up. There's nothing they could do with them. They didn't want to put somebody else in place of Mandy because I think the fans would have rioted and murdered and burned down the NXT thing. Oh, wow, she is really pretty. Who does she remind me of? She reminds me of somebody. Oh, she reminds me of Candace Owens, and she's really pretty. Mm-hmm. That's who her face reminds me of. Like the shape of her face and how her eyes are and stuff. Yep. And Candace Owens is really pretty. Sophie says, I like open world video games that I could do whatever I want to do, especially the side missions.
Right, yeah, definitely. And Hogwarts kind of has some of that, but it does try to make you stay into story.
Diablo's a lot like that. Has open world. You can do a lot of side missions. You have main things you have to do in order to like continue the game, but you can do a lot of side stuff. I think Skyrim's a lot like that too. I've just never really played it. I have the video game. I've just never played it.
It gets me. Like, this Hogwarts game makes me sick. to my stomach.
Does it make you sick when I play it too?
Yeah, well, watching my mom play it earlier gave me a headache.
Did it work better if you're sitting farther away?
Maybe, I don't know, I haven't sat farther away. And then when you were playing it, I kind of just kept closing my eyes.
Oh.
But it doesn't bother me, as much.
Right. I try not to move it around too much because that stuff kind of makes me sick sometimes. Not really, but every
there's
once
the
in a while.
masked marauder.
What?
A masked fan.
A masked fan. What's he doing? Oh, he's got scissors and...
Scissor Daddy.
What's he... Why was he...
It's somebody that's
Is he
not very
supposed
big.
to do stuff?
Well, if it wasn't, then he would be attacked by security. They just let a fan sit there with a mask on with scissors.
Just like
2
kicking people in
and
the face.
3. Oh, Ricky Stark lost. What a loser face. I even had the rest of the match planned out because I thought he was going to win.
Ooh, scissor me, daddy.
What a loser.
Oh, it's, what's his face? We know him. Jericho.
Oh, it was Jericho?
It's Jericho. I can just see by his body now.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't see him earlier. I only saw him kind of from the side. It's Mr. Jericho.
Love it. 10 minutes, 19 seconds is all he could last. Why does Guevara look like he's seen a ghost?
I think he looks sick. He looks like he forgot to go out in the sunshine or something. He looks nasty. He's like, I'm a vampire now. Ew!
You think that's from his wife? Did she bite him?
Probably.
Ricky Starks lost to Garcia. Oh, shit.
They're like, we fucking hate you. Thank you so much.
Jericho looks like a vampire right there, too. The red lips and the white face. Ah! Loser face! I can't help it. That's funny shit. Who loses
Sophie
in a
says,
gauntlet match in the middle of it?
I don't know. People.
I've never even seen it, heard of it, or anything. Usually, at least it goes to the end.
Right.
And then they have an excuse why they lost, because they were tired, because they lost. They wrestled 12 people or whatever. This one he was on the 3rd out of 5 guys and lost.
That's mean. They're like, we hate you so much. Pickle's like, plus my sleep schedule is all effed up. I rarely get sleep until around 2 or 3 on weekdays. Dude. Gotta change that, my man. Be healthier. Be nicer to yourself. Thumb's like, yes, Bryce, they did. They did.
It's over.
Harley says, would you prefer Oreos or Chips Ahoy? Oreos. Sophie says, with open...
Chips Ahoy, way better.
Chips Ahoy cookies? I don't like them.
In milk?
Nobody's talking about milk, sweetie. They
Okay,
just
well, they're
said,
still
would you
better.
prefer Oreos or Chips Ahoy? If I have to eat a cookie without milk, I will pick an Oreo. The reason being is because I don't like the texture of Chips Ahoy cookies, especially the original weird crunchy cookies.
Do you like the soft
I
ones
don't really like
in the
the
red
taste.
box?
I don't like the taste of Chips Ahoy cookies. They taste gross.
Ha ha! Scissor Daddy!
Those, ew, I'm
You were
not,
putting
no.
it out there to scissor.
I was not, you sicko!
I seen it.
No! I was talking
You
about...
went like this.
I was pointing. There's no other. Stop it!
You're doing the thing.
Pointing?
Hey, look. It's not scissored if it's just one.
Pointing.
That's how you do it, Claim.
Stop it! You sicko!
What?
Gross.
What?
Anyways,
Oh, shit.
Costco, I was saying, have those little cookies that they have. They're hard, and those are delicious. Like,
Oh, they're
I don't know what
chocolate chip?
yes. But they have whatever their flavor is of them. They don't taste like Chips Ahoy, and they taste way better. Sophie says they're like the type of cookie, you know how they have that Cookie Crisp cereal, right? And they're little baby chocolate chip cookies like that, tiny ones. But
Oh, yeah.
that you eat, right, for cereal.
Cookie.
Cookie Crisp. The woof. Anyways, so those ones from Costco, the Kirkland Signature ones, they're hard like that, and they're about that big, about the size of what, 50-cent piece probably?
Right.
I just want to put them in a bowl and put milk all over them and eat them like that.
Do it.
I figured it would be delicious. Sophie says, with open world games, you could do stuff that is part of the main story, but at any time. Yes. Bryce says, well, Phil, I'm so sorry that your favorite tag team are broken up, but yeah, what did those times go? P. Cole says, all right, Travis, I have to bring up the NBA discussion for a segment.
Let's do it.
Film
Love
says
it.
you got that right. Everything always goes flying by so fast. Justin says, who is your favorite wrestler of all time?
Hulk Hogan.
Pukul says, what did you think about LeBron surpassing Kareem's all-time scoring record last night?
I'm going to be 100% honest on this one. I feel bad for him. And the reason is because no one cared. Like, I feel bad. Like, it should be a kind of a bigger deal. And in reality, it was like all fart, no poop.
Question. If you put him back in Kareem's time when he was playing, would LeBron score as much?
Lifetime, no. And the
Exactly.
and the reason is because the game was more physical,
Yep.
and he would have been torn down
Yep.
earlier in his career.
So I don't feel LeBron deserves anything for setting a record. Whoopie fucky do.
Right. Well, the game is soft now, right? Like,
Yep.
so there's no physical contact.
Yeah.
Like, you can't even, they call hand checking. That's when you just put your hand on the offensive guy and you just kind of, so you know where he's at. So it's harder for him to move left.
Right. You can't hip
So
check him and
the game's
like,
a lot
push him.
softer, and they've turned it into like a 3-point contest when they're out there. So there's no physical play. In the 90s and the 80s and the early 2000s, and LeBron came in the early 2000s, it was still pretty physical. And so the players in the 80s, the top players, all of them, that's James Worthy and Robert Parrish and obviously the stars. I'm just talking about the other players, right? Mm-hmm. They didn't last into the mid-90s. Like, all those guys were gone.
Right.
And it's because they couldn't play that long. And it wasn't because of their physicality, because they weren't strong or good athletes. It was literally because they got beat up every single night. Joe Dumars, Dennis Rodman, all those guys, they just beat people up. They were called the Detroit Bad Boys for a reason. Jordan realized that he couldn't hang with those guys. Mm-hmm. He got swept twice in the playoffs by Larry Bird.
Wow.
Think about that.
That's crazy.
And that's Jordan. But Jordan couldn't do it alone.
right.
And he couldn't do it with his body that he had. And so he knew he had to go into the gym, lift weights, get stronger so he could be physical with those guys. That's the only way he was going to be able to compete in the NBA. Think about that. He had to change who he was. He
Right.
did, and then he became Michael Jordan, that we know, the greatest of all time, that guy.
Right.
But I do feel bad for LeBron because I feel like it should be a big deal, and it just wasn't. Like, a lot of people didn't even watch it. A lot of people don't even care that it happened, and it still doesn't put him in the top 5 players of all time,
Oh, fuck
right?
no.
I think he's a top 10 guy, and he probably sits somewhere around 6, 7, 8, 9, somewhere in there. So I say top 10, but it's probably top 9, maybe even top 8. You could argue that he's a top 8 player in the history of the game. And it's just like Karl Malone. Karl Malone could have stayed around for another year or two and passed Kareem, but it didn't matter. And he knew it didn't matter because the scoring title doesn't matter. Nobody cares about what you did over your career. They care about what you do year after year after year after year.
Right.
And he's good. Like I say it all the time. LeBron's one of the best players, and especially of this era. He's probably the best player of this era, or really close to it.
He's talking to Aubrey. So Roosh locked Daniel Bryanson with Renee and Takeshita
Oh, they're locked up?
in the back.
So he can't,
with
if he
the
doesn't show up,
doctors.
he's out.
And so he's like locked in there because Roosh's little gangster dudes
Yeah.
did it. They locked him in there and then started like talking to him through
Shitty
the
El
vents.
Paso. They're in shitty El Paso, he said.
Oh, that's really sweet of him. He's not here.
Well, if he doesn't show up, he's out.
Sophie says the open world thing seems like a new thing since a lot of video games are adapting it in their own way. Sophie, that open world thing's been around for a really long time, actually. It's not really that new. It just depends on what kind of games you like to play. If you're an RPG type player, which I was, open world games have been around for a really long time.
Ring the bell now, Aubrey. There it is.
Sophie also says I thought
10 count.
Jericho was on a cruise ship.
Oh, Daniel broke the door open. Oh, there's a clothesline.
Let's see. Sophie says I thought was on a cruise ship.
He's coming.
Walter says, oh, Ricky lost. He did, Walter. Piccolo says it's been a 38-year record held by Kareem. He was in the stands to congratulate LeBron breaking the record.
Yeah, Kareem knew nothing about him. He was like, he said something about how LeBron has 3 championships. I think LeBron has 5.
Oh, I was going to say.
Just little things like that. People are like, why didn't he learn about him? It's like, because it's not important.
Exactly. Sophie says, I like both Oreo and Chips Ahoy. I don't know which one I like better. Gotham Knights is kind of like an open world game.
I feel like you should be able to eat both.
Piccola says, I'm a fan of the Nutter Butter peanut butter. Nutter Butters are pretty good, Piccola. Have you had the ones dipped in chocolate?
I don't know. I have not, but I know Nutter Butters are the best. Those ones in the mint grasshoppers, whatever they're called.
Grasshoppers. They're called grasshoppers. Those are delicious too.
Frozen. Oh, and I like the ones that are like a cookie, and then they have the fudge stripes.
The eel fudge cookies. Yeah. Yep. That's what Piccola is talking about next. Sophie says you could have milk with Chips Ahoy too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Piccola says, and I also grew up on the eel fudge cookies. Sophie says, I saw in a video on YouTube that someone put cereal and orange juice in one, which is disgusting. That's gross.
You know, to be honest, orange juice and milk is really good. If you mix the two together, I used to do it all the time when I was a kid.
Yeah. I'll take your word for that, sweetie.
Yeah, well, it's really good.
Sophia says the average video game is also an open world video game. Vindicator says, Dalitha, is there any meal you can cook in 30 to 40 minutes? Want to see if we can get you on one of those Food Network cooking competitions and only walk away with moderate TV exposure. Vindicator, probably. Whether or not it'd be good food is a different story. I can make my stroganoff and my Spanish noodles pretty quickly. Even the newer way of making my stroganoff that I do, I can probably make it in 30 to 40 minutes. Pickle says, I do have an odd ritual at times. I'll break up Oreos and let it soak in milk like it's cereal. I don't blame you.
Oh, that's weird. But yeah, I mean, it's not bad.
So
just weird as in there's nothing to it except for slime or...
No, that just disintegrates the cookie part a little bit more. I've had Oreo cookies that fall into the milk, like part of it. And then at the bottom, it'll be disintegrated, and I'll eat it.
Spoon or whatever, yeah. I'm not saying it's bad. Slime's the wrong word, but just mush. I don't know.
It's mushy. Yeah. It's just disintegrated. What I like is taking like homemade cake, not necessarily box cake because it's very like spongy and airy, but homemade cakes which are a little bit more dense. And then after they've been homemade cakes for a little while, so kind of old, like maybe a couple days, is putting them in a bowl, and especially like white or yellow cakes with chocolate frosting, and then putting them in a bowl and then putting milk in it and eating them. Oh, that's like so good. Everybody hates it.
Sounds delicious.
My dad does it, and so I kind of just took after my dad for that.
Oh, shit.
Anyways, they're on the outside of the ring by the well. And
Roosh just kicked him right in the head. Look, messed up his hair. His comb over's broken.
Oh, no, his comb over's broken. People says, well, for me, it's a matter of the evolution of three-point shooting. That's what his is about the NBA.
That's wrong with it? Or that he likes?
For me, it's a matter of the evolution of three-point shooting.
That he doesn't like. Or that he does like.
I don't know. He doesn't really say.
What do you mean to you?
On that, are you talking that's what changed NBA, that's what changed the game for you? Made it better, or it's made it worse?
Because to me, I don't want to ruffle anybody's feathers because that's not what I'm here to do, but I think they should get rid of the three-point line. And then you would see the game become, the higher percentage shots are going to be closer to the hoop again like they used to be. They got rid of the mid-range shooting. So they don't allow players to shoot in the mid-range anymore because they have the same odds of hitting a three-pointer. And so the game is just stretched out, is what she's talking about with the evolution of the three-point shooting.
Yeah. So it says, I have cereal plain with no milk, and I drink chocolate milk for breakfast. There's a lot of cereals I've eaten with no milk before. Like Fruit Loops are one of them. I know a lot of people like Cheerios without it. I don't eat Cheerios anymore, so... Vindicator says they wouldn't even give you a participation trophy or free gift card to a high-end restaurant. Probably not, Vindicator. Piccolo says, and all Cap did, that's Kareem's nickname, his bread and butter was the sky hook.
Creams, yeah.
Sophie says, do you think they will do a Hogwarts Legacy 2? Sophie, I think it will depend on how people do react to this game. I mean, it was pretty popular, people waiting for it, wanting to buy it, buying it, and all that stuff. But I don't know how they're going to like it so far. I mean, hardcore gamers might like how it's
Daniel's
set up.
split open.
I'm not that big of a fan of how it's set up right now. Pickle says, it was unstoppable, and like LeBron, he gets points off ticky-tack fouls, and he flops. I could go on and on about why I don't like him.
Oh, no, hopefully I didn't sound like I don't like him. I do feel like he's a top player.
Pickle says, but this generation loves him and thinks he's the GOAT, laughing.
Well, he's not. I
don't feel he's a GOAT at all, but that's just my opinion. I don't even watch basketball, but I think he's garbage.
He's arguably the best player of the generation that you're watching.
Ew.
Kevin Garnett, or not Garnett.
So if you're wanting to know who's wrestling right now, because I think Pickle is asking a little bit, it's Daniel Bryanson and Roosh. And Daniel Bryanson's all bloody, and and Roosh threw him off of the top thing, and he's bleeding from his head, and a whole bunch of blood splattered onto the camera lens. It was kind of gross, actually.
Disgusting.
Cool, but gross. Chris says, oh, rough Aubrey. Film said, let's go, Brian. Bryce says, hey, guys, I got to go. I got a doctor's appointment coming up this Thursday. Bye, peace out. Bye, Bryce. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. He says, we'll see us on Friday, if not Monday.
It should be a good one.
Have a great Wednesday. Thanks, Bryce. We'll definitely be here Friday. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Hopefully we'll see you then. If not, we'll see you on Monday. Chris says, Travis, ready for spring training?
Yes.
Film says, bye, Bryce. Good luck at your appointment. Hello, Vin. Go, Brian, go. Harley says, records are meant to be broken, just like how Alexander Ovechkin will break Wayne Gretzky's.
Do you think that will happen? Is he young enough? How old is Ovechkin?
Sophie says, baseball season is coming. Pickle says, I flipped to the game. Who's wrestling now? I said that. I answered that question, so sorry. Vindicator says, Film, you're here too. Nice. Film's like, Vin, well, you know me. I'm just here to worship armpits for my favorite women in professional wrestling. Sophie says, this is why I see a lot of LeBron today. I was confused. Film says, Vin, I meant not hashtag Vin. That was a mistypo. At Go Brian Dennison, go. Chris says, Travis, thoughts on MLB The Show 23 cover? Kind of trash to me based on card value and overall popularity. I don't think Chisholm Jr. was not a good choice.
I had no idea that he was on the cover.
Film says, Finn, how was your day? Are you having a great Wednesday? Do you feel the same as him, that it wasn't a good choice to put him on the cover? Or
yeah, I mean, obviously not. He's not
nothing?
It's not important. Yeah.
Yeah. Pickle says, exactly. Spreading the floor is not my NBA. Of course, I grew up on the great centers like Hakeem, Shaq, Ewing, and then didn't rely on threes. And they didn't rely on threes.
Right, yeah. I mean, you had so many great... I mean, Hakeem Olajuwon may be the greatest ever at the center position. But we had Robert Parrish in Boston.
Walter says, okay, bye, guys. See you Friday for SmackDown. Bye, Walter. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. You have a good week, and we'll see you on Friday. And congratulations on winning bingo.
Bill Lambier.
Burr, burr.
You know, and it's like, what did Lambier play? Was he more of a power forward, or was he a center? John Sally. Those Detroit teams were so much fun watching in the 80s. Or late 80s, early 90s. I loved basketball at that time. What I would do is I'd watch every basketball game, and I would go outside and play basketball during the game. Mm-hmm. So I'd run in and outside. I'd watch part of it, then I'd go outside. And obviously my go-to move was the skyhook, because I was a Magic Johnson fan. Worst day of my childhood, I remember I was at school, and we got off, and I called, and I said, hey, I'm not coming home. I'm going to go to my friend Jordan's house. Mm-hmm. So I went to Jordan Moser's house. We went down the street, because he only lived like 3 blocks down from the school. We walked down. We walked into the front door, and his mom goes, did you hear about Magic Johnson? Like, what? He's got AIDS.
Oh, no.
And it was just like, I think I was like in 4th grade or something. I'm like, I gotta go home.
The world ended.
Gotta go home.
Yeah.
I left my curling iron on. I don't know.
It could have been Chris says it could have been a better player on the cover, like Julio Rodriguez.
Yes.
Or my boy,
BJ
World
Witt.
Series MVP, Jeremy Pena, maybe next year.
BJ Witt.
A lot of different guys, I'm sure.
You could have went
They
with
must be
veterans.
trying to pull that guy over or something. Sophie says, who is watching the Super Bowl?
Well, I'll watch it.
We're watching.
Boo! But my hand's up in the air.
Vindicator says, Film, when will you change your name to Armpit Nation? Sophie says, how do you watch Raw? On a television?
Television sets.
Vindicator says, spring training. What? I heard through the grapevine Travis was not a baseball fan.
Used to be. I still am.
Sophie says
the
the
most
commercials for the Super Bowl has already been leaked. One features a Breaking Bad parody. Yeah, not surprising. Harley's 9, 10, Vindicator's 10. Pico says we all watch the SB commercials, not actually the football game itself. Right? And most of the time the commercials suck the last 5 years.
I will not know. This is kind of like when I watch boxing and I don't have a horse in the race. I'm not going to know who I'm going to cheer for until it starts. Mm-hmm. Then I'm going to cheer for scores because we bought 4 squares. Mm-hmm. On a square buying chart. You guys ever play that where there's scores and scores and then you pick boxes and then they...
Right.
Anyway, we got that going. And so I'm going to be cheering for scores. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to have to write those down so I have them in my hand. Kind of looking forward to it. But at the same time, I don't care.
Right.
I don't care about the actual game.
Harley says Ovechkin can break the record next year. He only needs 83 more goals. Wow, that's a lot of goals. Does he make that on an average a year? If he averages that many a year,
he's not going to average 80, but he needs
83.
40 a season. That season's not over yet. We're
right.
only in February. And that goes until, what, March?
And I have a question. He did it, and does it matter how long they've been in the game? Like, did Wayne Gretzky do it over so many seasons and so many years of being active? Or...
It's different.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, because, goals per game type average thing.
Kicking. Oh, God. I think he might have kicked him in the nuts there almost because he can't see what he's doing.
But anyways, it's not going to matter in hockey. And I don't know how many games Gretzky played, but I'm sure it's number 1 all time. Well, right. Gordie Howe probably has the most games all time. He played until he was like 50-something. Oh,
wow. Sophie says, did you guys pre-order WWE 2K23?
Not yet.
So, do you use an app to watch Raw like Sling
no.
TV? No. We use our cable provider. Whatever you want to call
Moving forward, we might.
Whatchamacallit? What are those called?
A cable box? Dish TV?
Dish, a satellite provider. Vindicator says another Bryanson match that's gone way on too long. Are you surprised? I didn't take a break, Dalitha. No. Don't worry. I will make up for it on Friday with the Spawn. I am surprised that you didn't take a break from watching this garbage.
Look how red him. I just said that. Look how red him. Look how red he is. And I don't mean from the blood. I mean, look at his chest.
Oh, yeah, from him slapping him and stuff.
Come on, Roosh. You're better than this. I can't believe I'm cheering for fucking Roosh.
Sophie says
he's another Daniel Bryan type.
The XFL is starting again like a couple weeks. Good for the football fans out there. They get to watch more football.
You know, I don't know if football fans will watch it. And the reason I say that is every person I know that watches football will not watch it. So
yeah,
I feel like it's more
upset.
for wrestling fans
possibly
that watch football.
But I don't know why. I mean, I get it because it's owned by a former wrestler and was owned by a guy who owned wrestling.
Yeah, he was
but
founded
at the same
by a wrestler,
time, like, it's still football.
Kind of, yeah.
It's not like they go out there and do wrestling moves on the field or something. That would be hilarious.
Right. It's like a AAA or a AA version of football because I think that there's still a Canadian Football League, which probably has a little bit better players.
Oh.
But what they should do if they want to do it right is let the Canadian Football League go, and the USFL, if they're still around in America, let that go, and then they go and then they play each other at the end. Go play the Canadian Football League.
Like the soccer stuff.
The CFL, yeah.
Ayla says, I won't watch football. Yeah? You won't watch it at all? Not even a little bit? Not even for those guys in those tight pants?
Oh, Lord.
They were showing pictures of that one player. I think he was a quarterback to one of the... I can't remember which team it was. No, not him. He's been around for a while. But how good he looks in his his
jersey.
His
uniform.
Yeah, these women were like, "Damn, did you see the booty on him? Like, he's got more cake back there than I do." It was this like really nice looking black lady. It was pretty funny. That's hilarious. I was funny.
Oh.
Sophie says,
Oh, slap fight.
I wonder how many casual fans of wrestling are watching tonight. I don't know. Pico says, is it awful for me to say I enjoy the Puppy Bowl more than the actual game? No.
There's an adoption bowl on one of those channels that I watch. Daniel was supposed to land on his feet and landed on his shoulder.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's 165 on ours.
Yeah, that family channel.
It's pretty much the only channel I watch anymore.
You're like old.
They have Christmas shows on there all the time. That's it.
He did it. Of course.
1408.
Isn't
that a
gross.
movie? 1408.
I think so. It was like a hotel room or something. It was like gross. No, I'm good. Why not? Come on. Come on. You should watch it just for that. Chris says, think Trout will be traded?
I hope so.
Sophie says, when the WWE first did the XFL, it started off hot, then it became a dumpster fire out of nowhere.
I will tell you, if you're an Anaheim fan, there is nothing more important than getting rid of him and Ohtani. It's the most important thing that you could ever do for your franchise. And that's weird to say.
Right.
But they signed him to like $40 million a year for 10 years or 12 years or some shit. He like 500. He's the richest contract in baseball history. Like, he makes more than all those other guys.
That's funny.
So he needs to go to a team, but who's going to take that contract? The Giants. Who else is going to take that I hate the Giants sometimes.
The Mets?
That's my team, by the way. But no, they have huge contracts.
Oh.
And, well, you know, they probably would because the Mets
They didn't get that one guy.
Yeah, Cabrera money. But that was only $25 a year. This guy's making $40-something a year.
They could only have him for 2 years.
Cabrera?
No,
Trout?
the other guy. Yeah.
Trout's got like 10 left.
I know he does, but they could just do a 2-year contract and
He's
spend
already
$80 million on him.
He's already under contract. So
they'd have to take over his contract.
Yeah, you trade contracts when you trade people.
Vindicator says, finally, get him off my TV ASAP. Yeah, that's not fucking happening. They got to
So
beat him up
MJF just came out, and now he's trying to break Daniel's shoulder.
He was at the commentator's table, and so he just came down and decided to rip his arm off, which is hilarious. Can he rip it off and beat him with it? That'd be so funny. So it's like networks usually put a random show after the Super Bowl to get that show more fans. Vindicator says, and on this night, Maxwell was dressed worse than the Jericho A-Hole Society. Pickle says, for some reason, I took you for a Dodgers fan. Oh, God.
What the? No. Don't ever say
Blasphemy, people.
Take it back.
Take it back right now. Guts are hated. Blasphemy garbage coming out of your face. So he says MLB is another sport that won't be on regular TV for every game. Only some games.
I should watch every game this year. Make it a competition or something. It'd be hard to do, but Danny does it.
Right.
Have him come over and do the Cubs games here. We just do it live.
Yeah.
The only problem is there would be some on Monday nights, like quite a bit. Sales.
That's not a cake. Ha 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 ha.
Can't see me. My time is now.
Chris says, Travis, thoughts on Elijah Green?
I have no idea.
There you go. There's your answer. Pickle's like, oh, geez, I didn't mean it. It's the lack of sleep, I swear. Whatever, you meant it. You're like, I'm going to poke the bear. Just kidding. Back to nature. What? They're doing Beavis and Butthead
Yeah,
again?
but like as an adult.
They weren't adults. They looked like still like children.
Oh, then I could be wrong.
And Ravi's like, great AEW. Yeah, did you take a little nap during that last one? Is that why it's great, Ravi? Films like Bryan Danielson won. Yeah, gross. He sure did. It's disgusting. It's disgusting on another scale of disgusting. Oh my god, a free storage upgrade? Ooh!
1 in a billion.
Yay, chocolate crap. I don't really like those.
1 in a billion?
No, Ferrero Rochers. Not a big fan of that chocolate. I like hazelnuts and stuff, but I don't really like those. That person has a shirt on that says you had a good run.
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
I follow the minor leagues quite a bit, but I don't
Know much
I
about
don't
Elijah
live
Green.
by him anymore. Like I
Oh,
used
did you have to look him up?
Yeah, I had to Google him real quick to figure out if it was a wrestler or a baseball player.
I'm talking about that. We need to order your book.
Mm-hmm. But I do get the book every year. I've got 12 of them downstairs, the Baseball America Top Prospect Handbook. And then I learn a little bit more and more about them as we go. But the class of 22, I watched the draft. And, like Holiday's son came out and he's a shortstop, which was weird to me.
Yeah.
Because his dad was such a big dude. And there were some other athletes in there. But I don't remember where he landed in the draft. But he's a true athlete. And anytime you have a true athlete, it's a lot of potential. And potential is a dangerous word in sports.
Yeah, because it kind of sets them up for failure sometimes. I mean, it really can.
Right. And sometimes
Poor kids.
they obviously, like Julio Rodriguez or whatever, we knew what he was going to be. BJ Witt, or is that not BJ? Anyways, Witt Jr. there in Kansas City. We knew what he was going to be. But they still didn't go number 1 overall. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so somebody thought somebody else was better than them. It's very rare to get a number 1 overall. Mike Trout was drafted in the 20s. 20 teams passed on him. Think about that. The Trios Championship Top Flight AK-47. Whatever his name is. What's his name? AK something? Or AR-15?
AR something. AR Corn. AR Sun. AR
Corn, probably.
It's something like that. Anyway, Sophie says, good night. See you on Friday. Thanks for joining us a little bit tonight, Sophie. Appreciate it. Thanks for the happy birthday wishes. See you on Friday. Robbie says, Daniel Bryan is a bozo. Piccolo says, so last year I made a barbecue casserole and my friend made enchiladas for the Super Bowl. Nice.
I was thinking about doing meat on a stick, but I don't know if we're inviting anybody over, so it would be pointless.
Yeah, I don't know. I was going to make like some finger stuff, like potato skins, some like jalapeno poppers, like bacon wrapped jalapeno poppers. Not deep fried or anything, just, baked in the oven. Those were pretty good. A couple different things like that. I was thinking like your meat thing would be really yummy.
A meat stick?
Yeah. I would eat that. We could still make it.
You're talking about making something, so it can't be what I was thinking.
The skewers. Yeah.
Oh, a kebab?
Yeah, a kebab. So you just take your meat. You'd have to marinate it, right? And then...
Is this the main event then? What time was it? I didn't charge my watch.
It's 7:23. No, it's not the main event.
Yeah, I don't know anything else coming
Well,
up.
it might be. I guess it is the
Plug
trios
that in.
thing. It could take 500 days. Why do you need to... Didn't you just do this on Monday?
Yeah, I pretty much have to do it all the time.
What do you mean? Why?
What are you doing? Don't do weird things. It sweeps from me to you on the main page.
What? Is you got something special in there I'm not allowed to see?
What are you talking about?
Do I have it backwards?
Yes. It sticks when it's right. The other way. There you go. All the way up. There you go. Impractical Jokers, new season on TBS, huh? Or is that True? True TV, never mind.
Anyways, let's see. Film says, man, I miss watching Impractical Joker. Such a funny show. Ravi says, U.S. milk chocolate better than dark chocolate. Ravi,
It's an opinion.
I think it's just a matter of what people like. I actually like both. So I like dark chocolate and milk chocolate. And, yeah, so I'm kind of a weirdo. A lot of people don't. They like one or the other. Picola says, I've heard the Brits think our chocolate tastes funny. It's because we put too much sugar in it, Picola. We put a lot of sugar in it, and so it takes away from some of the chocolate flavor. And I don't know if they really, I don't know if they do milk chocolate. Do you guys have milk chocolate? Well, they would. I'm pretty sure that the Swiss chocolate is like milk chocolate, and they have like...
Whoa,
let's
put
put it
right
this
in the
way.
arm.
They have
Dante Martin
access
throws him into the
to
ropes. He
better
reverses
chocolate
it.
because of how close they are to like Switzerland and Belgium
Is that
and
where they
stuff
grow
like
chocolate?
that. They grow it there. They grow it there. Belgium chocolates. You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
That one.
I know what you're talking about.
That one thing.
Didn't know they grew it there, though.
No, I don't know if they grow chocolate go plants there.
All right, AR Fox somehow hanging out with important people.
Almost.
This is the shit I'm talking about in AEW. They keep bringing in riffraff, and they put it with important people.
Mm-hmm.
Not that
Top Flight's important.
That important, but they're still better than AR.
Oh, AR
15.
Fox. That's
I know,
right.
I said it.
That's his name. I knew it was AR. I just couldn't remember what the adjective or object was after.
Right.
Oh, let's see. Film wants an answer from Pico for his armpit question. Harley says, I'll be watching every Detroit Tigers game this year because this will be the last year of my favorite baseball player playing in the Leaf. Miguel Cabrera will be retiring.
Oh, Miguel's calling it a day, huh? Hall of Famer, first ballot.
Pico says, I don't know, Film. Add some AEW women. Mix it up. I was like, okay, yes, Pico, so true. I'll take your word for it, friend.
Miguel Cabrera is so freaking awesome. When he was in Miami, he was the best player in baseball. Or really close to it, at least. I'm trying to think what years he was there, because he might have been in there at the same time as Barry Bonds.
Yeah.
Was in San Francisco, so he wouldn't have been the best player, but up there. And then obviously Albert Pujols and him at the same time, just every year, 1 and 2. They're so good.
Pico says maybe Jade Cargill interfills and shaves them all. Robbie says D should be in catering. Films like Pico, who will win in that match? And Pico's a tough one. T. Rose, I miss seeing her on TV. Does she still even under contract with AEW?
She got a lot of cake.
Did she really get injured?
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
I know she supposedly had a back injury of some kind, but Chris says, oh shit, Kenny is U.S. champ again. He was the inaugural U.S. champ.
Yeah, for Japan or whatever.
Yeah. Piccolo says, I bet the cocoa tastes way better, not knocking on Hershey or anything. Oh no, Piccolo, I understand completely. The cocoa does probably taste way better. It's probably how they process it. And Piccolo, you have to get specific chocolate from America in order for it to be like really good. And most people don't get those kind of chocolates, right? Because why would they?
All right, Kenny Omega's in there with AR.
There's this chocolate company called Wilbur Chocolates. It's up from like up in the
back.
northeastern part of America. And they have these little chocolate drops.
And
their chocolate is so good. And it's just chocolate. Pure chocolate. They have like other candies and stuff like that, like filled chocolates and stuff. But if you just get their little chocolate drops, yeah. And that chocolate tastes completely different. It tastes more along the lines of what you would probably get from actual, like, Europe type stuff. Film has another question for Piccola, and Piccola says, yeah, AEW is not on my radar, just watching the Celtics Sixers game. Well, I understand why. It is your non-favorite people right now, so the 3 people you hate the most.
The most.
In AEW on our screen right now, Piccola. So I don't blame you for watching an NBA game instead.
You want picture?
Yeah.
Bring up the NBA.
Piccola says Serena LFG. Film says Piccola, yes, fantastic pick. And Robbie says, how did Toni Storm get passed as a wrestler? How the fuck would I know?
She wrestled in Europe or whatever.
She was in NXT UK for a while, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Harley says Miguel Cabrera's rookie year was in 2003 with the Marlins in Miami, Travis.
Yeah, okay. So he was around at the same time as Bonds.
Robbie says, go on, D, liking the posh boy chocolate. Just saying, Robbie, that there's just a difference. It's completely different, and I know it is.
So good.
I can only imagine, because that would probably be something I would probably try. I would go not necessarily England. Your guys' candies are kind of weird and gross. But
don't
I
you
would
have him send you
definitely
some?
eat European chocolates.
Why don't you send him some shit and he sends you some shit?
He ain't gonna eat the stuff I send him. He don't give a shit about any of that stuff.
Until he gets addicted to it.
Till he gets addicted to the extra sugar. As he's like, I have to go to the dentist now and we don't have those. Just kidding. Harry Potter told me you guys have dentists.
Yeah. Hermione Granger's parents were both dentists.
Film's got another question for Pickle. And Pickle's like, I do remember a place in the South that is famous for the confectionery stuff. They make a killing, especially this time of year. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's probably one down there too. We have one around here that's from a city that's a little bit north of us, and it's called Florence's Chocolates. And those are pretty good chocolates for being what they are. C's Chocolates is another one. They're from like Utah. They're pretty good.
Why don't you make your own?
Not something I'm interested in doing, nor do I care enough to do it.
I don't know how you make chocolate. So.
Robbie says, would you pass Toni Storm as a wrestler?
No.
You wouldn't pass her as a wrestler? Pickle's like, gonna go with Sheeta for the win. And Robbie says, LLD trying to give me diabetes. I ain't trying to give you diabetes. That's Travis. Travis is trying to give you diabetes.
I just said we could send you food and you could send us food.
Right. There is probably nothing from America that Robbie probably wants to even try nor eat.
A Kit Kat.
I highly doubt he even cares about eating candy.
The fuck, you just making up things. People like
I
candy.
just feel like he probably isn't that a candy kind of person.
Till he eats one.
Till he eats one. I'm addicted. You know, they do have, like, American chocolates over there. They just don't have as much sugar in them.
Thus, why you're sending him some.
Film says, Piccolo, it would be cool if these matches happened in real life. That would be so cool. Piccolo says, I think I bought some C's. C's chocolates are pretty good. Film says, okay, Piccolo, fantastic. Piccolo says, now I want some Buckeyes at this candy store downtown. I've heard those are delicious, but isn't Ohio the best place to get them from?
So they're nuts from a tree? A Buckeye?
They're based off of nuts from a tree, but they're candies, and they're like a peanut butter ball. They're like Chef's salty chocolate balls or whatever he makes on. They're literally almost that same. They are chocolate. They're a peanut butter core, and they're dipped in chocolate.
Right.
But you don't dip them all the way, so they have like a little opening, so they look like those nuts, the Buckeye nuts.
Right.
Robbie's like, oh, I don't mind, but I'm more a savory person. See?
Why are you pointing at me?
Because I told you he doesn't really like that kind of stuff. Like, even in chat when we've talked, he's never been like, oh, I love candy. Not once. Just paying attention. Omega.
Over the top.
Pickle's like, if you don't know me by now, I fiend for peanut butter. Peanut butter's delicious.
Over the top.
Harley says, to be honest, I am a dark chocolate kind of person. Harley, I don't blame you. Travis, if you are a guy, I'm just going to assume you're a dude. Most men actually do not like milk chocolate. They actually do prefer dark chocolate.
Kenny Omega kicks
because it has more of a bitter taste to it, so it's not as sweet. That's usually the reason why. Travis likes dark chocolate. If he ever ate anything ever again of chocolate or candy, his go-to would be a dark midnight Milky Way. That would be one of his candy bars. And Film's got another question for P-Cola.
Good deal. Era Fox runs into a leg by Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega off the top.
Oh, no. He got him kind of.
I don't know who.
I don't know what that was
what.
or who was supposed to get hurt in there.
Exactly. And
I
then
don't
they
know what's
both act
happening.
like they're hurt, so you don't know.
Confused.
What was the payoff?
Piccola, were you a big fan of the peanut butter candies you got in school? Did you get those?
Oh, big right hand.
A Vindicator says,
Top
Travis,
flight.
do you like AR Fox ring gear?
No.
It kind of gives me some military vibes. Lacey will never have reason to be jealous, though.
Right? Oh. No, I don't hate them, but, I mean, they're kind of matching with the Top Flight here, with the green camo / whatever they're wearing.
He's like, what's happening with
Give
my
him the
hair
Trios
thing?
Championship right now. Put it on this new team. Matt Jackson's going to lose his bandana, his hair tie, whatever you want to call it.
Oops, like Piccola. Vindicator says, Top Fight surprisingly wearing them too tonight. Yeah, you guys were on the same wavelength as that one.
All right.
Pico's like, maybe that was it. Robbie says, I
Into the
hear
ropes.
grated dark chocolate grated into a casserole stew is meant to taste good.
Maybe. I could see that.
So they do it in a lot of like southern states, Robbie, for chili. So they make like, I don't know if what chili. If you guys have chili.
Like a cherry chocolate chili.
No. So the bitterness of the chocolate is supposed to help with the flavor of the chili. And they do it down south in our area quite a bit that I've heard of anyways. A lot of Texas chilies are kind of made that way. Pico says, I think the good teachers will give them away. Yeah. Vindicator says, and would you be okay with FTR being champions again? I think they are old news at this point.
Yeah, I think they're all kind of washed up in this side. They're probably going to go over to WWE in the fall, would be my guess. And then you'll see them be champions over there.
That's funny and weird.
Notice we haven't seen the Good Brothers for a few weeks.
Yeah, well, AJ's broken.
Uh-huh. And since they don't have anything for him, they don't have to appear. It's in their contract.
Oh.
At least that's Sean Rossap said.
Huh. Well, we know he's so right, dumbass.
There it is. End it.
I've heard his stupid
New
questions he
champions.
asks people.
Oh, Kenny somehow saves them.
Finn Piccolo says, not the silly dum-dums. The film has another question for Piccolo, and Robbie says, yeah, we have chili in the UK, but does the chocolate make it taste good? Where did Ruby go? You know what, Robbie? I have absolutely no idea. I have never put cocoa powder or chocolate in my chili before, so I couldn't tell you if it tastes good or not.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I know that I've seen people put cinnamon in it, and that's good. And I've had people put the brown sugar in it, and that's good.
Well, of course, brown sugar would be delicious. I'm not sure, and they do. They put chocolate in them, and it's pretty usually like cocoa powder is what they usually... Cocoa powder and cinnamon is usually what they'll end up putting in their chilies and stuff. And it's supposed to do something. Could not tell you what it is. But...
Well, cocoa powder is disgusting, so...
Well, it's not sweet. It's just
well, that's what I'm saying. It's
cocoa
gross.
powder. It's just chocolate
When
flavored
I was a
powder.
kid, I grabbed a can of it out of the cabinet and put it in milk and tried to drink it, and I almost died.
Yeah, because it doesn't have any sugar.
I didn't know it wasn't the right milk stuff.
Right? Chris says it's called mole. It's a Mexican dish. It's like chocolate flavored cream pour over chicken drumsticks or the leg quarters.
Yummy.
Yeah. As Piccolo says, I listened to Dax's podcast. They are taking a huge break and reassessing which direction they will go for the upcoming year.
Right. Yeah, and trying to heal their bodies up.
Piccolo says mole is very good, depending if you put it in the Big Guns film. Chris says mole is good, but some people make it and it tastes fucking awful. So you can't just make it. Yeah, I've heard that you have to be very particular about your mole.
That's a mole.
I've actually never have had it.
I've never heard of it, so I'm going to join your side. V-Trigger!
So I can't say if it's good or bad because I've never had it.
Here it is, One-Winged Angel. Ring the bell. Oh, no, he rolled him through. 1, 2, 3. No, he didn't get it.
It was a 3. Lies. Just kidding. Harley has no message. And Robbie says AEW missing a trick not being back to the broomstick girls. Piccolo says if you have like Rhea, Vex, Ragnarok, Bailey, and Bianca, that would be any combo of AEW gals film.
14.25 on that one.
Harley's like, main event is the Acclaim versus the Gun Club.
It is.
Well, that's good because it's better than these people. I don't know if they have really ever.
I'm going to listen to Hook.
Ew, gross. Nobody wants to hear you.
Hook is so great. I like his mop.
His mop.
I have to sell every wrestler.
You have to sell them?
Solow.
Yes.
But,
Where are we selling him to? He's tiny like a child.
everybody, yeah.
We can't sell him to
He's very
Mexico.
petite. He's very small. But that adds to his ambiance
Does it?
with the hair. No cracks in the foundation.
No cracks in
of
their
the firm.
foundations. Pickle says, I like his mossy chest hair. It's great to start a Kindle. Fucking Pickle.
Who's this in the back? Oh, it's Hook.
Probably.
He sounds like Kevin Hart.
He does a little bit, doesn't he?
Is he... What is he doing, Hook? It's a little man. First person he's been able to bully.
Because he's tinier than him.
Right. Oh, God, get the medical team immediately.
What
Hopefully Anne Hathaway's
He said
dad's
words to him,
okay.
but I don't think they made any sense.
Anne Hathaway's dad's hurt.
What did he even say?
Get him help immediately.
I don't even know what he said.
With Hathaway or Hook?
That Hook person.
I didn't say anything of importance.
He said words, but they didn't make any sense. What a moron. He should not talk.
I'm right here. Hey, buddy. I was just talking about you. I was saying next time you're in Harlem, we go to Sylvia's, get some mac and cheese, man. It's banging. I think
Hook, let him go. You're going to hurt him.
Cautious with those words, sir.
Be cautious with those words, sir.
Oh, it sounded like he said be cost with him. I'm like, what the fuck does he even mean by that? What a weirdo. Love Vindicator says, didn't realize Stokely was such a shorty. I think Toasty Marshmallow could even body slam him.
Yeah, she could manhandle him, I'm sure. But
People
he's
like-
fantastic on the microphone, and I understand why he's there. He should be in WWE. That was one of Vince's mistakes of releasing, was him. I think he's elite. He's right up there with anybody talking-wise on the main roster.
Right.
Not LA Knight, and he's not a wrestler. But
I know
so
what
he'd
you're
be
saying.
100% a manager.
Pico says, I didn't see it film. Ask me one more time. Robbie says, Matt Hardy, LO, did he get a new spine? No. He forgot who he was.
Correct. You know, and I was going to say something, and I just don't want it to be taken wrong, but Bobby Lashley's missing something. I said it on Monday. He's missing something.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that. And I don't like doing that. Oh, you know, that whole crap. But that would be a great fit, too.
Right.
But, you know, and there's others. But MVP's good, but he's not Hathaway good.
Right, yeah. Robbie's like, LOL. And Pico's like, so you think they are going to make Briscoe defend the tag titles? Who should be his tag partner?
I don't know. It's too soon. First of all, they need to just get rid of that, right? Like, he needs to be stripped or whatever. Like, he needs to forfeit him.
He needs to forfeit him on behalf of him and his brother.
Right, and then they need...
And then go off into sunset and grieve
then
for a little while.
I'm in favor of, like, but if they said no, I wouldn't be fighting it, you know? I don't care more than you. I'm not part of that culture. They could retire those belts and then make new ones that look different and just be done with it, kind of like they did with the television championship when Brody Lee died.
Mm-hmm.
Do something like that. Anyways, have a tournament. Then they could decide on whether he can decide, not they, but he can decide whether he wants to be a singles wrestler, whether he wants to be a tag team wrestler, whether he wants to be a wrestler at all anymore, and then go from there. But they could have a tournament to decide who's the new Ring of Honor champions, not championship. But
Yeah, why not?
that would be my thing. That way, there's no pressure on him to have to wrestle.
Right.
There's no pressure on the company to find him a partner or for him to find a partner. It just takes the pressure away. And if he still wants to be champion and they want to go that route, it's still there. It's still open if he wants something to do in that direction. Did I lose you?
No. No.
I feel like I lost you.
What? Why?
I don't know. You just kind of.
I don't know anything about ROH, but I really do think that the guys should probably just give them up. I mean, he's had plenty of time, of having it without his brother
Gun Club.
and stuff, so. What a weird outfit. He's like, I'm going to wear my pants with chaps. And the other one's like, I got this half shirt thing. Like those one guys on NXT. Look at it. Look what he's wearing.
Yeah.
That's so
it looks like something Charlotte would wear.
creepy. Anyways, film's out for the night. His phone was dying.
Listen.
Says bye, peace out. Bye, Misty and Travis. Love you guys. Big hugs, big heart. I'll see you guys on Friday. If not, maybe Monday. Take care, everybody in the chat. Love y'all. Bye, film. You have a great rest of your week, hon.
Listen.
Hopefully we'll see you on Friday. And if not, you have a good weekend. You stay safe. Be good to yourself, okay? You watch some Super Bowl and have a good time. Pico says, anytime, friend. Thanks, film, for keeping us involved in the chat.
Shoot you down like a Chinese bright balloon or something. I can hear.
Wait, if those... they... Talking about his balls. His bitch balls or something. Pendejos. Pickle's like, so this has been a quick Wednesday.
Yeah, it's been going by
You said
pretty
you
quick.
had been doing a lot of stuff today there, Pickle. So yeah, that usually accounts for it being a pretty busy day.
Right?
Question. Is the Acclaim going to retain?
Because that's what you do.
Do you?
There's a...
Travis's weird shirt. Thanks to Ayla. Robbie's like, LOL, bitch balls. Film's like, God bless America. God bless WWE, AEW Women's Sexy Armpits. All right. Right? Don't forget that classic goodbye. Again, see you, film. Pico says, oh, this Twitch stream, haha. I don't know why I want to mention this. Why? What is it? There's a Twitch stream? Bitch balls? Weird.
We could go back to Twitch, too.
So, question. If the Acclaimed lose to these guys,
Yeah.
is their daddy going to go with them? Or
right.
would he stay
so
with the Acclaimed?
would it be weird or lazy if they switch the dad back? I feel like it'd be very lazy and weird.
True.
Because they just transferred him over to that team.
Right. Robbie says Vanilla Ice be turning in his grave with this rap. Pico says, but this Irish lady I follow, she is preggers, right? Okay, she's preggers. And she's Irish, all right. Harley says, getting ready to go to bed, so good night. See you guys Friday for SmackDown.
Right.
Enjoy your birthday.
See
Thanks,
you, boss.
Harley. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Thanks for the birthday wishes. We'll see you on Friday. Pico says, and her B-Day is tomorrow. Her husband bought her a gift. Want to know what it is? Yeah, tell us what it is.
A horse.
Robbie says, his dad will stay. Yeah? You think he's going to stay with the Acclaimed? Whether or not they win or lose? They lose the titles right now? Do you think they'll lose the titles? Do you think they'll keep the titles?
I feel like it could definitely happen.
I don't know. I would feel like they'd be cutting off their nose to spite their face if they take it off the Acclaim. They're pretty popular.
Yeah, they
And
got
Tony
great
Khan
merch.
does some stupid shit like that, so I wouldn't be too surprised. But, yeah.
I feel like the Acclaim's the way to go. Oh, he scissored him!
So her husband got her a gift, and it was a Shiwi.
Like a Wii, but for women?
Is that the one where women can, like, just be
Oh.
like a man?
Yeah.
Is that what he got her?
Yeah, it's like a jock strap that goes up in there, and it's got a hole in the bottom of it with the tube.
That's hilarious.
Kind of like that weird cup that we had in there. It's like that, but with a
I
tube.
was like, that's
A
not it.
shiwi.
Robbie says they ain't losing the titles. Maybe on a pay-per-view, but not tonight. Yeah, you don't think they'll lose tonight? I don't know. Tony Khan's kind of dumb sometimes. He does really stupid shit. Pickle says I had to Google it, and they sell them everywhere, and the ads online are hilarious. Well, she probably has to pee a lot if she's pregnant. It depends on how far along she is. If that baby's big enough, they sit right on their bladders all the time. Jaco's in the chat says, morning. Good morning,
Good
Jaco.
morning.
Thanks for joining us for a little bit tonight. Appreciate it. Robbie says, oh, what a gift to get someone. Haha. And Pico says, like, someone is holding a shiwi in a tent.
That's too funny.
That's hilarious. That's funny.
The shiwi. What do people actually use them? Wouldn't it splash?
Remember when they had those advertisements for those ones so women wouldn't have to get up and go to the bathroom during games?
Yeah.
And it was like you would like put it on yourself and it had a bag and you would literally like just
piss.
basically pee. What the fuck? Like I feel like that would teach your bladder bad habits.
Let it go.
Just let it go anywhere you're at. I was like, D, you want one? No.
You want a
don't.
shiwi?
God, no. It's so weird. No, thank you.
I'll get everybody a shiwi in my family. A bunch of women in my family. There's no dudes. All the dudes are dead. Just get everybody a shiwi.
That's
Be like,
funny.
what is this? It's a shiwi.
What? That's pretty funny.
I want to Google it so bad right now. It hurts.
What? The
Is
shiwi?
this shiwi?
Google it and then put it as our thumbnail.
The shiwi.
The shiwi.
What is that? It's a shiwi.
Robbie's like, that's like having a catheter. No.
No, it's nothing.
It doesn't go in you.
It's on the
It
outside,
literally
so it
doesn't
just
go inside you of
splashing
any
all over
kind.
hell.
Nor does the one with the bag thing. It doesn't go inside of you. It literally is just a thing that you wear and then, yeah. That was years ago. I don't even remember what we were watching where they were advertising it.
Yeah.
It wasn't a spoof either. It was fucking real.
Yeah, it was so women could go to sporting events and not have to pee.
Yeah, Pico says, I think I anonymously will go on Craigslist requesting for used shiwis. Oh god, Pico, gross! Oh my god! And you know what's really gross about it, Pico, is you're in Florida, so I would not be surprised if those existed.
You know what would be the weirdest part is if you met somebody and they tried to rob you. And then the newspaper, and then the article, in the newspaper,
Florida man
attacked after buying used shiwi. Gets robbed for all this money.
Like, oh my god, it's Pico.
It was a fake shiwi or something.
Are you okay? Craigslist is scary as fuck, dude.
I didn't even know it was still around.
It is.
That Angie's List changed its name to just Angie's. They got rid of List.
They're like, we can't be a list anymore.
They're like, no, we're not doing that.
We don't want to
shit.
be like Craigslist.
Oh, he hurt himself, I think, maybe.
Oh.
He got stuck.
Pico says, no, never mind. Now we'll go on Facebook Marketplace.
Oh, there you
that
go.
might be a little bit safer. More genuine. I really don't want to see Pico in a creepy Florida article. How horrible
Looking
would
for a
that be?
shiwi, lightly used.
You would have to make a weird anonymous thing for Facebook. Oh, and that's hard to do because they're all weird about it now. Rob was like, I typed in shiwi into Google. It comes up with female urinal thing looking like some cow. That's it, Robbie. That is a shiwi. And it should have a tube on it. That she can just pee out of her pants. Just stick it in there and pee in a urinal.
Just stick your wee-wee out.
Pee on the side of the road.
Just get out of the car and piss at the stop sign. That's what I used to do.
It would be a lot easier than having to take all your pants down to go to the bathroom. I mean, in all reality.
I've seen that.
In some ways, it really sucks being a girl.
Yeah, when you
You
have to
literally
pee.
have to get completely undressed to just go to the bathroom. And they wonder why you feel vulnerable. Gosh, I don't
As
know.
you're squatted down.
Do you feel vulnerable when you take a shit in a bathroom of a possibility of being raped? Well, that's what we feel every time we go to the bathroom.
I feel pretty safe when I poop.
Dude.
I feel like nobody would want to rape me if I was pooping. I'm just saying. And there's the inappropriateness. See you guys in 90 days. Oh God, the referee's out.
He's broken. Beagle says, my first thoughts. Why are oil filters looking all pastel?
Oil filters.
Robbie's like a lazy person's way to be.
Oh, here comes his dad. Is his dad going to use the belt on the Acclaimed?
I don't know, maybe.
It's kind of lazy, but I'm okay with it.
Why
if
is he
it
going to
happens.
do it? He's going to help his kids, isn't he?
I think so. You see it coming.
Yeah,
See?
it's right here.
Yeah.
He's going to do it. That's fucked up. I don't like it.
He's going to push him at him. Nope.
Oh, wow, he didn't. He doesn't like cheaters. He doesn't like the cheating. No cheating.
Oh, nope. We were all wrong.
Oh, his kids did it to him. Where's the ref? We need a ref. Where's Aubrey?
The referee's completely out.
Motherfucking Aubrey, where are you, bitch?
To his own fascia.
Yeah, right? Pickle is like, God, I love this chat. I'm so glad we could entertain you before you have to go to bed. Robbie says also came up with whiz relief bag. Also, you can get Pee-wee urine bags in a bag.
This is too much. Drops him down.
Fucking poor women.
Mic drop. That's it. There's no referee, though.
Oh. Stephon Smith is almost dead. People's like, oh my God, soldiers would do that pee bag thing to try and cheat the system on drug tests. Dude, anybody tries to do that.
You can do a full bladder, like empty your bladder and put somebody else's piss in it. They inject it in through a catheter up. This match isn't over yet.
No, they've got 2 seconds left.
I don't know what time it is.
7:57 p.m.
Oh, there's still a little bit of time.
Vindicator says, seems like perfect time to say, I will see you guys on TGIF Day. And yeah, that's it. No funny parting shot since I can't make Talitha laugh anymore than she already is. Take care, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Ben.
2.
Thanks for joining us
3.
tonight.
They did it. The Gun Club wins.
Did they?
Yeah. 14:25.
I told you they would do
Oh my
something
God.
fucking stupid.
Look at the last 2 matches were
I
exactly.
told you they would do something dumb. They wanted to get rid of the popularity of a great thing.
Mm-hmm. It's fine.
No, it's
It's AEW in a nutshell.
I know. It's Tony Khan. He's a dumb fucker. He is fucking stupid. Like, this is the stupid shit that he does.
Excuse me, what did you say? That he's a stupendous intellect?
That he's fucking stupid.
Indecent intellect?
He's a fucking dumbass.
Stupendous intellect.
Nobody wants him to be. And I get it that they're bad guys and shit, but this is bullshit. Like, they don't fucking care. They don't care. Nobody cares. Tony Khan totally just fucked up. It's fucking just stupid.
Have you seen the whole company?
Yes,
This
I
isn't the
have,
first
and I told you
mistake.
it was gonna happen. You're like, oh no, and I go because they're
I didn't say
popular.
no. I
They're
said it could
he's gonna
happen.
totally fuck them over. So there you go. Let's see. Robbie says, "Who in their right mind would want a Shiwi Tech T?" Fuck if I know, dude. Pickle's like, "Wait, what the fuck just happened?" Robbie's like, "Did Tony Khan f shit up?" Yeah, he fucking did. Pickle's like, "Caster and Bowens lost." Yep.
Yeah.
The Acclaimed lost. And the audience fucking is not having it. Like, they are not, like, fucking happy at all. Like, yeah, Tony Khan fucked the fuck up. You have so many people buying fucking their merch and everything, and you're gonna do that?
And it's a weird... Think about this. This isn't like the United States Tag Team Championship or the TV Championship or some shit.
No.
This is their World Tag
Tag
Team
Team Championship. This is, like, what makes a company a company. They are part of that. They are that company. And doing that fucking shit, yeah. And if they don't win it back, like, right away, he's even more fucking stupid.
It's not quite over yet.
Bullshit. 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 And I don't, and I mean, if he's doing this for, like, pops from the crowd, that's even more fucked up. Like, seriously, Tony Khan, you get way more pops if they would have won.
Yeah, it's weird.
fucking lame. Robbie's like, AEW spicing it up for you. No, because before this match started, I said he'd probably do something this stupid.
They started their music.
And he fucking did something this stupid.
Why would you start their music? They lost.
Wow, that's just fucking dumb.
Are you kidding
Pico's
me?
like, they may be the paper champion, give it to Hook and Jungle Boy, right? Just make it even more worthless.
And they might be doing that to hurry and flip it onto another babyface team.
Or something, but that's fucking just dumb.
It is. It's bad booking. Like I said, it's lazy.
It's totally Tony Khan doing something fucking stupid. That's stupid. If you guys are interested,
Oh,
that
slap challenge.
That slap challenge is up next if you're excited about that. And Robbie, you should probably watch it just to make sure that you can, do this.
This shit is fantastic.
So fucking weird. Anyways, guys, thanks for joining us tonight. We really appreciate it. That's the end of AEW Dynamite. Tony Khan did some stupid shit. Moved the fucking tag team titles off of the Acclaimed, which they were on for quite a while, and they were doing exceptionally well with. And he fucked up and put it on some dumbasses.
Colton.
So that's what's happening, and that's fucking stupid. But that's Tony Khan for you. He's an idiot. Piccolo says Tony Khan booking is getting weird. Sorry, this is not what I signed up for. And that's it, Piccolo. We have gotten to a point now where we almost dread fucking Wednesday nights of AEW Dynamite because of that shit. That shit makes... And the thing that I get even more pissed off about is the fact that in the audience doesn't have their fucking shit. The audience has all of the Acclaimed stuff. Scissor Daddy stuff, scissors, whatever you want to call it. They made it huge, they made it big, and it's popular, it's selling. And instead of keeping with the popularity, he's like, no, I think we should put it on these dumbasses. And nobody in the audience was like, yay. Not very many people. And so when you fuck up like that, yeah, you're a dumbass. So. Dumas. Anyways, Robbie says, what am I watching next?
Oh, slap challenge.
I'm guess you're watching that slap challenge shit. You better do it. It's a power slap. People slapping each other.
Slap her in the face.
Anyways. All right, guys. Thanks again for watching AEW Dynamite with us. Piccolo, go to bed. We'll see you on Friday night, guys. Have a good one.
Thanks for watching Wrestling Gab. Bye-bye.
Bye.